everyone, to this week's Between the Chalk Lines weekly wrap up. December 15th, Saturday morning. You're going to get this. We're going to talk about everything that happened from Sunday, Friday night. So, starting on Sunday, Scott Boras, Legion of AL Cy Young winner Garrett Cole, says that he's most likely going to use his player opt out, the contract that they have with the Yankees, if he continues to pitch the way now. It's Cy Young numbers, etc., winning, all that. He'll be making, I don't know, $36 million next year, just alone, 36 million. But if he opts out after that season, he'll be leaving over $140 million. But I think he'll see Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I think a lot of people projected to $200 million coming, and he's probably going to make $300 million more. Just saw Earth was shattering contract money made. Obviously, Garrett Cole doesn't hit 40 bombs a year, but he's probably going to get close to talking to someone, um, going to his 34 year and get another 150. That's just my guess. He may even look into getting an extension with the Yankees, but that's something that board advises to his players. I don't see that happen a lot. Harper wanted to do obviously he went to the Phillies. It's out on the, but that's for another day. The Tigers signed relief pitcher Andrew Chafin to a 1-year deal worth $4.25 million. That's 4.25. With incentives for another $1.25 million. And a club option for the year 2025 worth $6.5 million. And a $500,000 buyout if they don't pick. So Chafin essentially just bought himself points track with guaranteed money that's in the bank with an extra 1.25 depending on performance. Hopefully he helps out the Tigers. Good. That the Tigers need to bullpen. Obviously they needed a little bit of help. Now, those out of the way. Kansas City on Sunday started to make their moves. Just haven't been watching, being out of under the radar moves this week. Sunday they signed repeat relief pitcher Will Smith to help all six spots. He won't be the closer necessarily. Only help out. Will Smith has now won rings with Braves, Astros, and the Rangers. Hopefully that good luck rubs off on City. Not saying that they're going to win the World Series, but maybe they won't be last. That deal does guarantee him $5 million for next season, $1 million in incentives. There are no options for afterwards. It's just a clean 1-year deal. That's it. Earn the extra million. Good job, you. Guardians. Moving on. Going essential. Signed Austin. More of a defensive catcher. Not really known for his bat. I saw him out in Diego for a little bit. 1 year, $4 million guaranteed. He made room for hedges by trading away catcher Christian Bethencourt. Cash. So they figured they needed to put hedges there for Bethencourt. they're going to have a really good, to say the least, he is a veteran and he'll know how to help that rotation. Um, that's the worst thing you can get is veteran body on the plate and somebody that can block pitches. He's not going to hit 30 bombs. He's not going to drive in 100. That's just not the guy he is. But yeah, so the Guardians, that was their move on Sunday. And then things started to pick up on Monday. There were rumors that there was going to be a time parade. Honey has come home to Los Angeles. But no, really, all he did was finalize contract for Honey and Kelly by trading away left-handed pitcher Victor Gonzalez, Jorbit Vivas, the Yankees, in return for infield Trey Sweeney. And what was it? They just needed to make some room on 40-man roster. Jorbit was on the roster. Victor Gonzalez out. Kelly will take Gonzalez's spot. Beaver. Shohei Ohtani will take Jorbit spot on the roster as a two-way player. Probably just designated hitter. His designation because he won't be pitching at all. You know that Shohei's agent has said that this hybrid surgery, there is no name for it apparently, is ahead of timeline and ahead of normal Tommy John surgery time. Well, it's really all just hearsay. And obviously, the agent is going to say the best thing that he can say for. I don't think he's going to pitch at all, but who knows? Who knows? Dodgers are probably going to want to baby their new 10-year contract player, to say the least. After the Dodgers made room for Ohtani and Kelly, Kelly's contract was made official. He will be making $8 million on a 1-year deal. Just side, but he had a club option, $10.5 million. So asked bought him out at $500,000 and became a free agent. Dodgers said, "Here's 500,000. See ya." And they re-signed him, $8 million. They basically could have just gave him 9.5. Kept him. Another thing on Kelly's move, he does wear, or I should say, Kelly used to wear number 7. There was a lot of speculation. Was Joe Kelly going to number? He said that if Shohei Ohtani continues to perform the way he does, and he keeps pitching the way he does, he's going to the Hall of Fame. He'll have his number. And that's the closest that Joe Kelly Hall of Fame. Oh, in that, line of thinking, he said, "Sure, Shohei, you deserve to wear the number 17 for the night." Funny enough, I don't know what Joe Kelly's new number is, so I'm sorry for that. That's how he gave up his. That was all that really happened on that was slow day. Tuesday, the Kansas City Royals, more moves, added Chris Stratton, the bullpen on a 1 year, $3.5 million deal that contains a player option 2025. They didn't give an option to Will Smith. They gave an option to Stratton worth $4.5 million. So, as we'll see as we keep listing off names here for Kansas City, you're seeing a lot of short deals. You're also going to see a lot of player options. So, I think Kansas City is trying to build a team that won't lose 100 plus games. I think it lost 102 games last year. It was pretty bad for Kansas, to say the least. Well, they have some young talent there. Chris Bubick is on the injured list due to Tommy John surgery early in the season last year. The only upside I could say for that is we back. Probably had to guess between A and J. Tommy John, 12 to 15 month rehab. I believe in late April, so he won't be starting until May. July. If they want to, they might use Longman out of the bullpen. Watch his pitch count. He won't be starting 10, 15. He's got to get it a little bit slow. He's slowly. And that doesn't even consider rehab assignment. Will he take a rehab or will he go straight back? Can't just go back to the minors. But back on to Chris Stratton. There is also a $500,000 buyout for the option if it is not triggered. So in the end, he gets $4 million. So $4 million guaranteed. Sorry, math in the head. 3.5 for 2024 and $400,000 buyout if he doesn't trigger the option. I don't know why he wouldn't unless he just team. There is no trade clause. Could be traded. And they also finalized a 3-year, $45 million deal with Seth Lugo, starting pitcher. It contains a player opt out after the 2025 season. They have him locked up for 2 years. He could have a third year. Kansas City, leaving $15 million if he does opt out. It's $30 million guaranteed contract there for Seth Lugo. Shout out to Joshua Kuznick. Please watch the video that I did last night about perfect game. How sketchy. But he will be going into his age 30 season 6. So if he's not seeing a lot of action or services, he'll probably not opt out and stay in Kansas. What I've learned is cash, comfort, competitiveness for players. Ohtani, for instance, Angels, they had the cash, they had the comfort, but they weren't competitive. Dodgers, a lot of cash. They're promising comfort, but they are extremely competitive. So Ohtani wants to be on a team that will be all three of those C's. 3 C's. Cash, competitive, and comfortable. I mean, he's literally just going up the 5. This team is changing out the red for the blue. Back to Kansas City. Seth Lugo's contract does not have any incentives, any trade clause, etc. Second pitchers on Tuesday. Nationals signed right-handed pitcher Dylan Floro to a 1-year deal with $2.25 million. $2.25 million, with incentives worth another $1.25 million if he pitches in 60 games. He'll be pitching out of the bullpen. Assume obviously no starting pitcher these days pitches in 60 games unless they're starting. But he'll be in the make room for Flora. Jeter Jones was formerly of the Boston Red Sox, was DFA back to the minors. So sorry, Jeter Downs. See you. I'm sure, pretty sure we'll see you soon. The Pirates getting away from pitchers. Signed first baseman Rowdy Tellez, big Rowdy boy. To a 1-year deal, guaranteed $3.2 million with $800,000 in incentive. Assuming that is probably at bats, played appearances. So as long as Tellez stays healthy and he's playing every day, contributing, he'll probably hit those. And hopefully, can't tell you. Sorry. The Giants made their splash that they wanted to. This is a guy that can't sleep on. Jung Ho Lee, formerly of the KBO, center fielder who playing for the Giants in San Francisco. They signed a 6-year pact with $113 million if he doesn't opt out after the fourth. So 6 years with an opt out after the fourth year again. Like I said, I can't tell you for sure if he will or will not opt out, but I know for sure that he will try his best. He's a very good hitter. He's not an extreme power hitter, but on the left side, he'll be doing some damage. Mark. And the Giants did have to pay an $18.8 million posting fee to sign him on top of the $113 million. That is the contract to the Kawum Fighters. What are the deal? Rumors are, these are just rumors. After this deal was consummated, the Giants found out how much Dodgers were offering to. We're gonna go for something a lot cheaper, but can't match Shohei's contribution to a player. Moving on from the Bay Area, we go to East Coast and Boston Red Sox signing former Angel Cooper Criswell, right-handed pitcher, to a 1-year deal worth $1 million. Cooper is probably going to help them in the bullpen. And that, as far as what I remember, really, Angel Cooper Crystal as a bullpen. So bullpen help. And on Wednesday, you could say a ton didn't happen, but also there was something big. The MLB's announcement, a new initiative called Spring Breakout. So, Spring Breakout, if I can just put it into one sentence, is the futures game separated to a series. Yeah. So basically, every team is going to have their best, brightest young stars, prospects, and put those guys to a lineup and hit them against another team's best and brightest young stars. I know a lot of us either go to Arizona or Florida. Go to Arizona, honestly, to Tempe Diablo. Watch for top Angels guys. Saw Fletcher. I saw Monty when he first signed. I saw Cooper Criswell a little bit. I saw friend of the channel, Guy Butchery, who did an interview with me about 2 weeks ago. And yeah, I mean, this is a great way for Major League Baseball to get their prospects in bright lights. Baseball. We all want to go see those players play, but we wait 6 or 7 innings until one of them gets one at bat or two pitches an inning. But now we get to see Paul Skeens from last year pitch against Jackson Holiday, who will probably on the major league roster for the Orioles. It's insane. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to talk more about it, and you will be hearing about it because talking with a friend of mine about the Chicago White Sox prospects next week. Special episode covering the spring breakout. I'll also be talking to Jared Timms, who covers minor league baseball for Hill Hangout, and he'll be telling me about who may or may not even be in the lineup for Angels. The Angels just traded away Kai Bush, traded away Ed Guerrero, Naldo Lopez, traded the Dodgers. So the Angels are a little bit thin as far as prospects, top rookies. But we'll see how it goes. I hope this initiative stays, and I hope it gets wider than just one team, each team at least. But it's gonna last span of 4 days, so that's cool. Um, Thursday, the Brewers sent down minor leaguers in right-hand pitcher Ryan Brady and infielder Cam Devaney in return for right-handed relief pitcher Eric. I'm I mean who that was. I'm so sorry. Royals. Sorry. Sorry about that. So Brewers and Royals had a trade. Uh yeah. That was out of the way. Ellen Molly signed a 2-year deal with the Texas Rangers. Um Grom and just recently we'll get to Scherzer. Grom's out for next year, not pitching at all. So the Rangers need to restock their rotation. And they do need to restock their Molly, right-handed pitcher. To miss, he's actually injured himself, but he's getting a 2-year deal. Missing a portion of 2024 and will only make $5.5 million. Only in a lot of us will not see 5.5. But he'll also have the chance to make $25.5 million in 2025, with the possibility of additional $5 million in bonuses depending on innings thrown. He has to rehab. He has to just focus on rehab beginning of 2024. Pitch, get the $5 million, then get that possibly 35 and a half. Excuse me, 30.5 million in 2025. He does have a limited no trades clause. I don't know how many teams, but he does have that in his contract. The Pirates acquired outfielder Billy McKinney from the Yankees in exchange for international pool money. So this is something that's very interesting. I know that the Yankees look into their minor leagues and think hard and long about who they'll be trading away. Why? We'll talk about that later, but Billy McKinney was not doing a ton in the minors for them. And obviously, the 2024 roster with Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and you got Jason Dominguez, Peraza, and then, Waldo. Um, the Yankees outfield is pretty stacked. I think they might try and get one more arm or sorry, one more bat. In the corner outfield, left field. Um, I might be forgetting who their current left fielder is. Sorry if I am. Um, but they're also really, really good with international signings. Jason Dominguez, just like I said, Martian. So if they get more international money, better. Pirates need an outfielder. They just had an injury. They want to try and get Henry Davis, he's listed as a catcher slash outfielder, but he played mostly right field 2023. They're going to try and give him more time behind the plate in 2024, I believe. But he is probably going to have a short, I'd say. So Billy McKinney is going to help Pirates out. He does. I hope that more at bats, being in the majors, gives McKinney a chance to show that he can do something. Injury that I was talking about was catcher Andy Rodriguez. Pirates, he'll need surgery that will keep him out of the entire season 2024 for the Bucks. So Henry Davis and maybe someone else. See if the Pirates get someone to be backup or lead catcher position for them. Dodgers in the Rays. I know I sound like a broken record. I keep saying Dodgers, Dodgers, Dodgers. The Dodgers and the Rays. Thursday, actually, couple days. I want to say Tuesday night, Tuesday or Wednesday morning, early Wednesday morning, probably. There are rumors going around that they and the Rays come to a deal where Ryan Pepio, who was a pretty decent right-handed pitcher for the Dodgers, outfielder Giant DeLuca, were going to be traded to Tampa in return for Tyler Glasnow and outfielder Manuel Margot. But it just started to kind of, the wheels were spinning, nothing was happening, nothing was reported, nobody knew anything, and found out that the Dodgers wanted Glasnow to sign an extension. That was the problem. That everything up was had the agreement, the players were agreed, everything was there set, but they were talking to Glasnow representatives and Glasnow himself. He finally did agree to an extension, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. As Friday, finally, Glasnow came to an agreement with a five-year deal, $135 million extension with a $30 million club option for 2028. So that'll be 24, 25, 26, 27, and the option, according to Dodgers. What happened was very interesting. It's just a lot at all ever is if the Dodgers don't trigger their club option, Glasnow can actually trigger a 20 million player option, staying with the team. So he has $110 million guaranteed through 2027. And then the additional 30 million or 20 million, depending on what There are no deferred payments, so nothing crazy here where he's only getting, 1.5 or $2 million a year. He's getting all that money up front and it's done. Yo, to Luca, to the Rays, and last time we go LA. But we're gonna walk it back a day. On Thursday, the last deal that I did not mention was Detroit signing right-handed pitcher Jack Flaherty, coming to an agreement on a 1-year deal. Jack will make $14 million, not $100 million, but $14 million with bonuses according to how many starts he makes in 20. Flaherty will get the ability to make $1 million extra in incentives. According to 26 and 28 starts, he'll get $250,000 to those milestones, $500,000, and then he'll get $500,000 flat out 30 starts. He was, and I believe that there is deep down in Jack still a really, really good pitcher. In 2018, he was top 5 Rookie of the Year for voting. 2019, he was top 4 in now Cy Young voting. And that was actually the only season he had 30 or more starts. I believe he had 33. But Tigers, getting some good arms, good names. As we go down the list Friday and finish it up, you'll see that there aren't a lot of arms left that are good on the market that won't cost you an arm and a leg. The Royals, again, Royals popping up Friday. Signed right-handed pitcher Michael Wacha, formerly Cardinal as well, to join their rotation on a 2-year, $32 million contract. Flat out $16 million in 24 and 25. But it does include an opt-out after the first year. Leave possibly half of that money on the table. We'll see what happens. I can't really predict what is going to happen with Wacha, and I just know that Waka's a nice guy. When he came to Anaheim as a Cardinal, great guy, great dude. They also added outfielder Hunter Renfroe, former Angel, former Red, former Ray. He's been in a lot of different jerseys. To a 2-year deal as well, for $13 million. That includes again an opt-out. So Wacha and Renfroe are only locked in for 1 year. He is guaranteed to make $5.5 million in 2024 as a Royal, and then $7.5 million in 2025 if he does choose to stay with the Royals. Doesn't trigger that opt out. The contract does include $500,000 in extra performance bonuses each year, 24 and 25. So he can make an additional $1 million on top of the $13 million. And then in another mind-boggling Alex Anthopoulos Braves move, the Braves get $1.5 million in cash, along with DH Matt Carpenter, left-handed pitcher Ryan Kerr, in exchange for minor league outfielder Drew Campbell in a trade with the San Diego Padres. So the Padres paid Alex Anthopoulos and the Braves to take on Carpenter, Kerr, for a minor leaguer. I mean, the minor leaguer is making half of the money alone if he makes it to the majors. That's league minimum. League minimum, I believe, is $740,000 for a major league. It's insane what Alex Anthopoulos can do with old, outdated, and unwanted players. Um, they already flipped Stassi. They're paying down Stassi's contract money for next year. They already designated David Fletcher. He's in the minors, AAA. He'll be getting paid $13 million to be a AAA player because he's 4 days away from being um, full service time, and he can deny an assignment if he's DFA'd and still get the money. But right now, if he denied an assignment and became a free agent, all that money that he's got from that extension that the Angels gave him, David Fletcher would lose if he played 4 days, 4 games with the Braves, and he's probably not going to play a single game with the Braves at the major league unless someone gets hurt, short, third, second, outfield. He can play corner outfield spots, but unless they absolutely need him, David Fletcher will not put on an Atlanta Braves uh, jersey in the regular season. I can tell you that for sure. The Pirates gained another outfielder, Edward Alvarez, from the Royals in a remove to clear space on the 40-man roster. They were turned. Sorry, they DFA'd infielder Davis Nadal to make room for Alvarez. So they're going to move Henry Davis to catcher, and then got Edward Alvarez from the Royals to fill the spot in outfield, and then DFA'd Davis Nadal, minor league back the minors goes. And then in a surprising move for me, A's actually went out, did something. We don't know how much money yet, but the A's, despite having a full 40-man roster, signed lead pitcher Trevor Gott, the 1 year deal, and he's projected to make $2 million. But as you've seen, every pitcher is worth, or is, I should say, valued more than what everyone has predicted. Shohei Ohtani, a pitcher, $350 million, cut it in half. As a pitcher, $350 million. Uh, Yamamoto is probably going to get $300 million. And last now, someone that has had TJ and has never had more than 21 starts in career, just got a 5 year extension. So got could get some cash. I think a little bit more than $2 million, maybe 2.5, maybe $3 million. But these are actually going to spend some money. So we're gonna leave on a good note with the Oakland Athletics still spending some money, and after that is good night or good morning or good afternoon. Thank you for joining me and listening or watching the weekly wrap up between the chalk lines. This is your host, Randy Nunez, signing off.